Welcome to section 4. We're getting real with what's not working. So, what speeds you up versus slows you down? From my mention from the very beginning, we're going to take section by section. We're going to put it all together at the very end because you're like, wait, I feel like I'm skipping around a little bit. I promise you, each section, we're just kind of like building clarity with each one, and at the very end we're putting it all into a productivity schedule for you. So trust the process. I promise you it's all going to come together at the end. What you're going to do is you're going to make another T-chart, just a straight line across, straight line down. We're going to start with this side, things that slow me down. So everything that you're realizing like slows you down, drains you, gets you operating at very slow rates, just brain dump all that out there. For example, what I put in here is not having a system in place, having wasted space and time, not knowing what to do during specific hours, like if I have a last minute cancellation or reschedule, or somebody wants to move down for 30 minutes and I've got like 30 minutes and I'm like, what am I doing with this time? So not knowing what to do during certain times, not getting to bed on time, working too late, leaving projects or tasks half done and not completing them, skipping workouts, skipping meals because I didn't have the food ready or it wasn't prepared, or I'm having to run around because I forgot things at the store and then I got to go back. Emotional binge eating or drinking alcohol, energy vampires, men or women, not setting boundaries with my time. So say I want to go out and hang out with friends and I'm just like, I know I have to get things done in the morning, or I have to go back and I want to get my night routine in, and I'm just out for way too long because there's no discipline. Doing something like watching Netflix all day, or coming up with excuses as to like why I can be lazy, depressed, unproductive, not showing up for myself. Avoidance behavior, procrastination, which is another word for that, not respecting my breaks. Sometimes we're like pushing through, I'll do this later, or I'll hit that later, and not respecting those breaks because it does slow me down. Wasted, slow, dragged out hours, not getting enough sun. I get depressed. I live in South Florida, so it's nice and sunny here, but I can easily like put myself in my cave and just work in the computer all the time. It's important I do get out and get some sun, and everybody should. So if you're not getting enough sun, or you live in northern states or somewhere out of the country, make sure that you get your vitamin D3 supplement in so that it does like help you emotionally, because if you're not getting enough sun or vitamin D, it can get you somewhat depressed. Having a messy home, office, and computer. So these are all still to this day, are things that slow me down. What you're gonna put in here is the complete opposite. So things that speed me up is just gonna be your opposite. These become your non-negotiables. No matter what, they're not negotiated because they help you operate at higher levels. So not having a system in place is having a system in place. Try it out for 30 days. Something that I always go back to is if I'm questioning the success of something or the consistency of something, especially new, not sure if it's going to work out for you, is I'm like, for the next 30 days, I'm going to be committed to this, and I'm going to see and feel the impact, because knowledge stems from experience. You are not going to know something until you actually experience it. So you being enrolled in this course, the new schedule and structure that we're building out for you, give it 30 days as like not compromising it, stick with it as much as possible, and have that consistency for 30 days before, skipping ahead somewhere else like I do with my slides. Having wasted time, all hours are delegated and segmented, and I'm going to teach you how to multitask efficiently, productively. 8 hours of sleep, skipping workouts. So on the opposite side, you want to cross it out, prioritizing my workouts, completing tasks and projects. Dancing 1 time a week. This really does fuel my soul. And so some nights I will lose sleep, but it's like once a week, typically on a weekend. But if there's something amazing going on during the weekday and I need it, I need that creativity break, I will go out dancing for like an hour and a half. And that does speed me up, reconnecting to salsa dancing. Spiritual gatherings like a church, or you can go to, like a great yoga studio, whatever your gatherings are, which gets you spiritually connected. I guess you could still do it through Zoom, but going to actual church, if you're good with going out in public around places, I'm pretty sure everybody's pretty good at that at this point, but dedicating time for food prepping or grocery shopping or picking up catered food or having food delivered, setting time boundaries on outings and evenings. So instead of going out for, 4 hours, I'd set my boundary for 2 hours. Scheduling breaks, having that placement, having that in place. Like I have scheduled breaks, which you'll see at the very end. We're putting everything together. Allowing myself to get sun every day, beach, clean and organized home, clean and organized office space, updated and organized computers. This ideally is my dream of how I operate at very high levels. So take a moment, organize yours, cross out the right-hand side, put the opposite over here, and I will see you in the next section.